home for me. And I know you've been waiting for this love and you're dead.
I don't consider myself to be a particularly ethical person, but I am fair.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video out. Today's video is going to be about why you, as a man or a woman, I'm going to focus mostly on the men here because I've told women time and time again that I know you want somebody that you're attracted to. As I would say with men, we want a woman that we are attracted to, but don't let that be the main focus. In women's case, don't even let money be the main focus. Let that be a factor, but don't let that be the main focus, because otherwise you get into certain situations that you may not want. I have a creator named, I think his name is iCloud. He did this perfect video of the pitfalls for dating a 10 out of 10. I will also say that a 9 as well. I don't think I ever dated a woman that was a 10. I think I've got close to a 9 before dating, okay? But it's a different experience when you date a woman that's very attractive. For one thing, a lot of you men will not be able to handle that. That's why some men will date a woman, she looks good, she's dressed attractive to get his attention, and then he wants her to cover up. Now, of course, I don't believe in that. The way you meet the woman and how she's dressing and you approach her, unless if you're just trying to smash and dash, but if you're trying to make her your girlfriend, maybe your wife, and she's dressed a certain kind of way, and you go all in, and then you want to change her into dressing less, I don't necessarily agree with that. Sometimes, though, I guess you can be fooled into thinking a woman is one way and she's another. Such as, for example, you meet a woman that's dressed down, but when she goes out, she is scantily clad, and you're not prepared for that. That's why I guess in a way, I I would not recommend trying to find your girlfriend at a club, but I think you should go out with her a couple of times and see how she dresses for for you to see if you can handle that, because some men may not be able to handle that attention that their woman is getting. Me, I never really had to, well, I did have an issue with that once when I was dating this woman in Australia. Okay, but she was like, well, I have to admit, she was a bit out of my league, but she was very attractive and she was taller. And this is why I won't say all women are fixated on the height thing. Most are, though. if she does pick you and she happens to be taller, or either that's not really a big thing for her, it might be other things that might be something that might attract her to you, but might be things that she really look for in a man. So I guess you need to find out exactly if you fit into what she really wants. And if you're not someone she's just trying to fill in until she meets the guy that she really looking for. Anyway, without further ado, let's just lay down the groundwork of dating a 10 out of 10. And the way that he does it, though, is real balanced. So for women here, you can see how it may not work for you as well. You probably won't listen, but for the men especially, listen why this may not be for you. Especially what I say in the first thing. Me, I'm not really turned off too much with the woman's attention is if she's seeking attention. But if she just mind her business, because a lot of times if a woman's really attractive, she's going to get attention anyway. But she's trying to get more attention. That's what turns me off. But if she just walking minding her business and she's getting attention, yeah, I don't knock that on her because that's not her fault. Anyway, let him take it off.
I've been talking about so much news content that I kind of forgot about my roots, man. Making hot takes and watching y'all get mad at it. So we're going to throw a little throwback today. Why you should never date a 10 out of 10. I've already made a video like this, but it was on my 2Cloud18 channel and it was just kind of raw and I didn't really talk about it like I really should have. So let's go ahead and get diving. See, if you're confused of what a 10 out of 10 is, then let me just explain it to you. A 10 out of 10 is the most attractive girl or guy that you can get. A 1% beauty. Think from Beyonce. Maybe prime future for the ladies, or maybe Michael B. Jordan, or I don't know. You put it up there. I know there's gonna be so many people saying, "Dude, it is! Oh my God!" Shut up. And see, in modern history, these 10 out of 10 people, beauty standards, whatever you want to call it, are usually considered the cream of the crop. Everyone wants to get crushed, cracked, and fadiddled by them, but you shouldn't want that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Actually, matter of fact, I'm finna give you the whole. Now, see, to truly understand why you don't want these type of people, I gotta break these people down. See, when you're a 10 out of 10, usually you've been told you're beautiful your whole life. Every time you walk in public, people are telling you you're attractive, you're fine. If you're a guy, the girls are giving you them fuck me eyes. If you're a girl, the guys are giving you that let me lick your toes eyes. Or they're just straight up sliding into your DMs saying they want to lick your toes and do some other weird things to you. See, this is common practice to these people, to the point where they get used to hearing it. They know they're beautiful. They know they're one of a kind. They think they're God's given angel. They think they're above everyone else most of the time. Some people don't, but most of them do. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Can you really blame them? I mean, everybody tells you you look amazing. You're one of a kind, especially if you're a girl. I mean, society's already gonna tell you look good, even if they don't think you do, because a lot of guys are just trying to hit, so they're just gonna say whatever. But when you're a 10 out of 10, you actually look one of a kind. So whenever a guy says, yo, you're one of a kind, they're not just saying that to hit. Well, they're saying it to hit, but they're saying it because they think it's truly true, and they're just awestruck that they're even in your presence. I can get the white off of my corners, bro. I'm looking like a 0 out of 10 right now. Let me say, man, I'm gonna call it A. I'm a solid A. See, with the guys, if you're a 10 out of 10, usually you don't even need to go up to girls. They just go up to you. You never had the struggle of trying to get a girl. They always just come to you, so you just kind of take what you get. I got a homie who's considered by many to be a quote-unquote 10 out of 10. I've never seen him walk up to a girl and get her number. Yet, I have never seen him without a girl in his phone. He's literally living life on easy mode. I mean, we see people like Duke Didis literally have attractive women around him 24/7, and he doesn't go after any of them. You live life on a different pedestal than everybody else, to the point where women aren't something you need to go after. They're just something you expect to just come up to you. And see, this messes both of these types of people's brains up. See, as a human being, you're not supposed to be treated as a god. When you're treated as a god, you start thinking you're a god. That's just how we think. We're all egotistical human beings. We all want to be praised, but we're not gods. We're human beings. So when we are treated like God, we start acting like gods. And when you act like God, you expect people to praise you, worship you, just because you exist, which turns you into a horrible person on both ends. Let's get to examples. You remember my homie I was talking about? Yeah, he's one of the coolest guys you can meet when he's talking to other guys, but the way he talks to women is absolutely crazy. He treats women with absolutely zero respect, and he gets away with it every single time because he looks amazing. I've seen him have 2 girlfriends, have his whole girlfriend take him to his ex's house just so him and his ex could have closure. And he stayed at his ex's house for their entire night. He arrived there at 6 p.m. You get what I'm trying to say. Crazy part about this whole thing, his girl still stayed with him, and his ex actually drove him back to his girl's house. I really can't fathom and explain to you how crazy this guy be doing girls, and they just let him do it because he's him.
Yo, let me jump into this. I don't have friends like this, but I know dudes like this that attract women almost easily. And they usually have those certain things: good looks, height, and probably they are good in bed. And of course, how would the other woman know? Because women seem to talk to other women about, oh, his package or how he put it down or blah, blah, blah. And it always gets back to the woman. See, this is why body count will always be a thing to men. I'm more loose with it because I know realistically a woman has been with another man, but once again, the reputation that she has of getting around, I am going to pay attention to that. The types of men that she tends to go for, I'm definitely going to pay attention to that. And now that's a good way for me to weed them out of being girlfriend, especially wife material, even though I'm not sure I'll ever get married again. But because of that filter system, is not to say I won't hook up with them, I won't take them out, but I will not get serious with them unless if they are really pressing it. And even if they are really pressing it, if they start doing shady things or they have some guy hanging around that I have a sixth sense with, that either he has smashed her before or either he's trying to smash her, nah, we just keeping this casual. Because once again, you're not going to be hurting me. And I'm not sure if I skipped that point, but pretty much like my ex-wife was. She had lots of guy friends. I was not allowed to have any female associates. And yes, I know that thing to say that all men cheat. Well, look, if somebody's going to cheat on you, they will find a way. Thing is, be having women associates. I have no woman that's my best friend that I'm always hanging out with. I know women are a little bit different with this, and of course, y'all can play with that fire. But me in general, if I have a woman that's my best friend and then I get a girlfriend or a wife, she's going to feel threatened, or she's going to, even if she doesn't say she feels threatened, she's going to come in and try to get in between that. And this is another thing that I meant to say that a lot of people miss when they be making these arguments, when they come online saying, I have these standards and a woman needs to be this and a man needs to be this and that and that and this. You should have did that for that 10 out of 10, that Chad or Tyrone, or either that woman that was your type, okay, that you was jumping through hoops for. Now, unless if you do that for every single woman after getting burnt that one time, but if you are just putting up these standards for the people that are not your type and not applying it to the people that you get weak with, you're going to end up playing yourself. And that's another thing that I'm going to look for as well, is if I notice a woman is giving me a song and dance, the guy that's more her type, that she just lets get away with everything. And a similar dynamic happens with men, with women that's attractive. That kind of happened with me, but it's not that I would not say things back. to the woman that was starting to get a little bit disrespectful, it was a thing that I would keep letting certain things go just because she was attractive and the sex was good. Okay? And of course, the loyalty thing and some of the good things that she did in the past. But I learned now, the same way as women look at it when they're about to break up with you, they look at what you are doing now. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. So, if you apply that same logic that the woman is doing with you, similar like a sports franchise, you can be able to get over women a lot more easily. So, for any women listening to this is where you be going wrong with those men that you eventually say, he took advantage of me and he walked all over me. 9 times out of 10, he was either a Chad or Tyrone, a very attractive dude, or he was a thug and a hoodlum. He was one of those two if he was getting away with that much stuff. And that's not to say that men that act like gentlemen don't use and hurt women as well. I know that does happen because it definitely happens with women that's plain Janes or they come off as being nice and innocent will definitely burn you. I do just think you have more of a chance of that happening if either, and this goes for both genders, if you are just going for the superficial stuff of how they look or how they make you feel, or, and I know for women, how the guy makes you feel is top priority. But you have to look at, why is he making you feel that type of way? Is he playing hot and cold and having you guess his every move? Are you that excited about not knowing if he's coming back or if he's with another woman? Then maybe you should get therapy. Anyway, basically what he was saying, just because the person looks good, don't let them be walking all over you. The women may not listen to this, or they may not get this, and they'll just do the same thing they usually do with putting hard caps on the regular guys that come into their life. But for the men, stop letting beautiful women just walk all over you. I know it might have been one of the best looking women that you happen to get, but have some self-respect and dignity. I'm not saying you don't have to sleep with her.
Also seen this same guy cheat on his girl multiple times. His girl knows this. His girl sees him going on to undisclosed places with girls in front of his girl. Mind you, this is a different girl than I was talking about the first one. He broke up with that first girl who drove him to his ex's crib, by the way. I'm letting you know, he broke up with her, not her broke up with him. Y'all need you to understand this. He moved on from her, then got to this girl, and this girl seen him go with another girl to the undisclosed place, stay there for 30 minutes, and then come back buckling up his pants and all of that, and she didn't say a word.
Wow.
You may think, oh, this might be an open relationship. Oh, maybe they're not even in a relationship. Maybe they're going through the hard times. Brother, this girl lets this man go through her phone whenever he wants, and she doesn't say a single word. He is so loyal to this guy, but this girl has no respect for him at all. This isn't just some random girl that doesn't have self-respect. I seen her date another guy before she dated this guy, and the guy she was dating before was on a strict no talking to girls limit. She would tweak out if this guy even breathed towards a girl. When she got with my homie, she let him do whatever he wanted. The reason why is because this guy is a 10 out of 10. She knows she's not gonna find that many more guys better than him. It's just what it is. But I know what you're wondering right now. Cloud. I don't believe what you're saying. I can't even fathom what you're saying. That's just not reality. Just because a guy looks good doesn't mean a girl would just let him do all of that and not get her get back. That doesn't make sense. Let me explain to you what a 10 out of 10 is for a guy, because I don't think you quite process what I'm trying to break down. See, a 10 out of 10 for a guy, a 10 out of 10 for a girl is different. A 10 out of 10 for a girl mostly has to do with her looks. That's just how society views it. But a 10 out of 10 for a guy is a little bit deeper than looks. Let me just let me talk to you for a minute. Let me explain. See, 10 out of 10 for a guy, you have to have 4 qualifications. One is, of course, looks. Every girl wants a good-looking guy. That's just how it is. But looks aren't everything for a guy. You need a little bit more than that. There's a lot of good-looking men in this world. So 2 is personality. See, girls like when guys have a good personality. You feel me? They just want to vibe with you. But something that a lot of guys don't realize is a girl knows if she's gonna like you before you know if a girl's gonna like you. The reason why is because girls talk to so many guys. They have so many guys that slide into their DMs. They have so many guys that want them that they get to talk to more guys than guys get to talk to girls just because they have a way bigger option pool, because traditionally it's common for guys to hit on girls and not girls to hit on guys. So off of the first conversation with you, a girl's usually gonna know if she likes you or not, because she's gonna already group you into a certain personality type. And if you fit her personality type, you will get this hacker. 3 is sex. Now I'm just keeping it real. You can ask any girl. It's true. Girls are way more sexual than us. They just gotta keep it concealed, because as soon as a girl expresses how freaky she is, he's automatically called a hoe. Y'all really think these women don't be gooning like us? Like, bro, they be gooning more, if not double the amount that we do. Y'all be forgetting they don't have a cooldown timer. They can just goon 3, 4, 5 times back to back to back, and they don't feel no shame. If we goon 4 or 5 times back to back to back, we gonna want to commit suicide. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of the times, girls just be bored in their room if they're not outside, or they're not doing homework, or they're not an athlete. So you feel me? They just be getting busy a lot of the time. They just don't talk about it like us. They're a lot more secretive about that. So contrary to the belief, sex is for sure in the top 3. Actually, I might replace that with personality. I ain't gonna lie. I've seen a lot of girls just crack or let guys crack them, and they don't even like them. They just got good dick. But there's number 4. Now, before I get to number 4, I need to just explain something. You can honestly be a 10 out of 10 with just these 3. These 3 are truly the big 3 on how a woman defines you and defines you as a 10 out of 10. The 4th one is really just a plus and a bonus, but it also can be an additive if you don't have one of the big 3. And the 4th one is money. I just do it. Devil sign. I don't. That feels satanic. I'm not gonna do it again. Money could turn a DJ Khaled type of bill into a 10 out of 10 immediately. Nah. I won't say 10 out of 10. We'll give him 9. Let's be realistic. But if you don't got money, you got the big 3. You are a 10 out of 10 in a girl's eye. For a girl to want to cuff you, you gotta have all 3. Just letting you know. But again, money can substitute. But back to what I was saying. My homie has all 3 of these. I'm just keeping it real. So that's why he can always get into a relationship and just keep it going, because a girl knows it's gonna be very, very hard to replace a guy like this. And if you was ever wondering why all these big name athletes can cheat on their girls and always get away with it, well, because they usually either have all 3 or 4. And if you have all 4, you can slap that girl. She'll still stay with you. And usually basketball players are all 4, because even if they don't look good, they're tall, so that counts as looking good. The game is not fair, fellas. It's not. But at the same time, to all your ladies, you should never date a man like this, because of all of those reasons. Every single girl wants this guy, and he knows that, so he's gonna run through every single girl until he gets tired. So he settles down with one girl who's okay with him running through every single girl he wants to when he wants to. And that's just how it's gonna be. And if you're not gonna be that girl, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you lose. Because I hope you know, as that one girl, you can't cheat on him. He can cheat on you as much as he wants, but you can't do the same, or else his feelings will be hurt and you're kicked to the curb and on to the next. This is why I never understand why so many women want to date that athlete guy. Dude, y'all must just not understand the game. You must think you're the queen. Even if you're a 10 out of 10, he's still gonna do you the same way. I'm just keeping it real. The old Boston Celtics coach, Ime Udoka, isn't even a basketball player. He just coaches them. He used to be married to Nia Long. He cheated on her with the Celtics CEO's wife. She didn't even look as good as Nia Long. Get what I'm trying to say? These guys just love to cheat. Why would you get with a guy who's just gonna cheat on you, hurt you, but you can't do the same with him, or else you're on the streets? It makes no sense, which is why you shouldn't get with this 10 out of 10 guy. But let's get to the girls. See, I'm gonna explain this in a very similar fashion as I did with the guys. This time, I'm gonna use a personal experience. And I know the person I'm talking about is gonna see this video, but I don't care. You need to hear this. Actually, I lied again. This has nothing to do with me. It actually has something to do with my homie. Let's go ahead and get into it. So a while back, one of my homies was talking to this famous IG girl. Hella followers. Fine as hell. Like, I'm telling you, this girl was fine. And every guy she's ever met has treated her like an absolute queen. Like, my homie seen guys in her DMs literally begging just to drink her bathwater. This is the type of level that this girl was on. And see, my girl and my homie actually met in a very mutual manner. They started talking, they started vibing, and everything was seemingly perfect. There was only one catch. My homie wasn't the type of guy to praise a girl just because she looks good. And he usually would just treat her like a regular girl, but she didn't like that. See, this girl's ego was so inflated because of how attractive she was that she didn't understand how it felt to be treated like a regular girl. So whenever my homie and this girl disagreed on something, she would always be so confused because he was so used to a guy just giving in to her because she's beautiful. My homie did not give a single damn. If he didn't like something, he was gonna say it. And this caused so much conflict between the two that it was damn near impossible for my homie to talk to this girl, to the point where he ended up ghosting her because he was so tired of her personality. See, I'm telling you this to tell you a lot of 10 out of 10 girls' personalities are just god awful. And the reason why is because they don't build personalities. They're too attractive. See, the whole point of a human building a personality is so that they could be better in a social setting. You might not think this, but it's kind of true. I mean, the people who you think have the best personalities usually talk the most because you get to see their personality the most. But when you're attractive, you don't really got to talk that much. You don't really got to build that personality because people are talking to you, starting conversations with you, and you're just answering questions or responding to compliments because you feel me, you're just getting complimented all the time. You don't have to develop social skills because you're attractive. So most of the time when you communicate, you're either asking for something or responding to a compliment or a question, which means you don't really got that much personality. And like I said before, these girls are beautiful, so usually guys just spoil them all the time because they want their approval or they just want to hit. They think that's the easiest way to do it because the girl has no personality. How else am I supposed to do it? So she's used to getting her way every single time with her look. So when you get into a relationship with this girl, she's not gonna pull her weight because she feels like she's too pretty to pull her weight. AKA, I hate to say it, but I am the table mentality. Oh, I hate saying that, bro. Let's not bring that back, but that's basically what I'm trying to say. She thinks she's the plate just because she's beautiful, and we're not doing that over here, buddy. Building a relationship off of imbalance like that, it's just a bad thing to do, and it's never finna work out. And it usually doesn't work out because what that girl really wants is a slave that does exactly what she does whenever she does it, in exchange for her just spreading her legs open occasionally. That's what it is. Don't want that as a guy because who's gonna raise your children? This girl that doesn't do anything for herself? What are we talking about? And if you're a 10 out of 10 girl and you get mad at me for saying this, well, I think I've reached the target audience. I'm sorry. Just because you look good doesn't mean you can't have a personality. Like, come on, man. Like, and as a guy, just because you look good and you're a 10 out of 10 doesn't mean you can just cheat on your girl. Like, what are we talking about? Honestly, in my opinion, you should always date within your dating range as a human being, which also comes with self-awareness because you got to be very self-aware of how attractive you are. If you're a 6 out of 10, you can't be saying you're a 7 or 8 on a good day. You're a 6, buddy. And when you're a 6, usually the highest you can pull naturally is a 7. And the lowest you should go for is a 5. And that's just how you should live life. And when I say a 6, 7, and 5, I'm not talking about a traditional rating scale. I'm talking about objectively attractive. Now look, I'm not trying to yap too much in this video, but I just got to break this down real quick. A lot of people when rating somebody use 7 out of 10 as like an kind of nice average. Like if you see a girl that's attractive but she's not really that attractive, you'll usually say she's a 7. Nah, she's probably a 6 or a 5. See, a lot of people are actually 5s, but people just want to be nice, so they give 5s a higher rating, which is why when somebody hears that they're a 7, they think they're average. No, you're a 5. You're not even a 7. My dating scale goes like this: 0 through 2, you're ugly. No better way of saying it. All right, you're ugly. 3, you're just baseline ugly. All right, you're not deplorable like 0 through 2, but you're just ugly. I can look at you though. Like 0 through 2, I ain't gonna lie. When I look at you, I'm just keeping it real. 4 is you're ugly, but with some makeup, or maybe if you just did a couple things to you feel me, your hair or something grew out your hair a little bit, you could potentially be a 5, which is average. 5 is the biggest rate on my scale. Most people you come across are most likely 5. Some 5s look good. Like you've all seen the girls that don't really got that good of a face, but they got a fat ass. Yeah, those are 5s. I'm just keeping it real. 6 is you look good. You're okay. You're okay. You look good. You don't look good. You're not fine yet. yet, but you're okay. You feel me? If I show you to the homies or if I show you to the girls, they not gonna look at me like, why you cracking this? It's gonna be like, okay, that's straight. That's straight. 7 is fine. See, if you're a 7, you're objectively attractive at this point. You show it to the homies, you show it to the group chat, the girls group chat. They saying, okay, girl, you got that. They giving you getting high fives. You getting yes queens around the group chat. That's what you get. 8 is bad. This is where I like a lot of the bad women y'all be seeing, or like the very attractive guys y'all be seeing. This is the range they're in. If you're dating in this level, you're up the cream of the crop now. And then 9 to 10 is top 1%. Not everybody's a 9, and damn near nobody's a 10. See, the 9 to 10 range should be reserved for the cream of the crop. That girl on IG that is just so beautiful, but you know you'll never get a chance with that guy that got the money. He's 6'6", he looks good, he seems like he has a good personality, you know he's packing. Yeah, he's in the 9 to 10 range. That's what we're talking about. These are rare people to come by, and you don't just come by them every single day. And out of this scale, you gotta be realistic about where you're at. In the comment section down below, if you want to tell me where I'm at, you can. I don't really care. Me personally, I think I'm right smack dab 7.4. I think I'm a 7.4.
Anyway, it was a thing that he said in there of why these women keep getting used and abused dealing with the sports athletes. I would say in college, I know women be exploring and trying to find themselves. That's why once they get older and they start saying that shit like, I'm trying to live my best life and I'm trying to uh, learn myself and stuff like that. Unless if you was in a relationship that the guy was totally controlling, then maybe I could see to a degree from parents and then into him, and you couldn't really live and move. Okay, fine. But okay, I'm getting off on something else. Anyway, with what he was saying, with why the women will be dealing with those sports athletes, they can win in one way with help with divorce laws and of course child support. So if they get a kid with the guy or they marry the guy or both, then they can get a win. And this is where bad women and bad dudes cancel each other out. Because if you are a woman dealing with a man that has money, power, fame, he's attractive, and he's just constantly cheating on you, what do you think that woman's going to eventually do? She may take it for a while, but eventually she'll be like, you know what? It's time for me to cash my chips in. And while I don't agree with the amount that they get, I do understand. Because if it was reversed, I know most guys would do the same thing. Matter of fact, some guys have done the same thing. So, unless if they abolish some of those laws and payments, severance pay, women will keep doing. And that is where I reacted to this woman saying, if body count doesn't matter for men and women, we shouldn't be talking about it. Look, in a way, it doesn't matter with the fact that as a person goes through life, they're going to have experiences with other people. I think even the most delusional person realizes that. But I don't think most people want it waved in their face that the person has been with 1,000 people, especially men. Don't want it waved in the face of how many dudes she has been with, because then it will be conversations behind the scenes of, oh, he's small or he's not enough, he wasn't as good as so and so. Whereas men won't be saying any of this unless if he's used to women that are like really fit, and then he sells for a woman that's totally out of shape. And of course, then he can say, like, well, I really prefer women that's more in shape instead of the woman that I totally settled down with. That's why I'm totally against people selling. So if a woman wants a guy that's tall, don't pick me, because fortunately I'm not really tall. Okay, I don't want you throwing that on me later, and I know you're not going to say that's going to be the reason. It's going to be other things that you're going to nitpick at. And I would say for dudes to don't sell neither, because when that woman comes into your life that is really your type, you're probably going to cheat on her or just leave the woman that you are with. So again, I don't think most people can handle dating a person that's a 10 out of 10 of either gender because they get a lot of attention, and I do think they get delusional of thinking they're God's gift, whether men or women. But I know dating women, well, I'll say this, that I almost understand how to deal with a really attractive woman better than a woman that's not so attractive, because their confidence can go up and down. They could be grounded. I'm talking about the woman that's not as attractive, that's maybe like a 6 or something, or around your level. However, she starts wearing makeup, dresses a little differently, gets her hair done a little differently, has a glow up, and she doesn't remain humble, especially usually if they get fame or attention. That's why I think when people have a life change of being more popular or famous or something, a lot of times they will leave the person that they are with because of the fact they're going to be exposed to new people, and deep down they're going to feel like they deserve more, so therefore they are going to upgrade, especially in the men's cases. But I believe women will do the same thing. That's why they have the hypergamy thing. But even though we do club women over the head with the hypergamy thing, men do go for the most attractive woman that they can get. Now, usually they can't get them until they either get a boost up in money or status or something. That's why when men are studying to be doctors, and then once they get to a higher point, they may dump their girl. So anyway, to wrap this up, if you are out there dating, I think it's better just to date somebody within your level, but let them be somebody that you are attracted to. But you don't have to try to get the most attractive person. Usually, okay, I'll put it like this. When I'm out, and if I were to see like three or four girls, and one is the totally attractive one, and one is like second runner up, I would go for the second more attractive one, because I know everybody's going after attractive one, unless if she happens to be more down to earth and for some reason we hit it off without me trying to get with her. But I would go for the second tier one, the cute one, more than the hottie. Not to say I would reject the hottie. It's just the hottie will have to show she's interested in me. So give me a like and subscribe. Have a good day.
Look like you love commitment.
Whoo boy, hey, what you got under that shirt, sweetie? Bet it's a good heart.
Dollar bills, keep you falling for me. I love the way it feels, boss. Some money, dropping on my money. Drop some money on a sister, yummy, yeah. Flicking, right at things I like. More, buy, stopping in my ass tonight. Some money, dropping on my money. $5 bills,